Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Before I begin, I just want to say to all of those who were affected by the tornado, this tornado has devastated going across 5 states, and it has really caused a lot of damage and have also 89 dead. And yeah, I saw some of the footage and some of the testimonies of those who are wanting to rebuild and pick their lives back up. And it's just really devastating. And our hearts go out to you. Our prayers are going out to you that you be strengthened, that you find peace in the Most High God. He is the only one that can bring you peace and give you the strength to get through this. And so my prayers are that you reach out to him and that he gives you the peace and the motivation and the inspiration to get your lives back on track. So I just want to say to anyone who wants to blame God for this, don't blame God. It's not him that did it. It was the evil one. And so that's why we need to do everything that we can to point attention to him when he brings all of this devastation to those who are really just questioning and wondering why. Just call out to him, pray. We're praying with you. You will find strength in the Lord. You will definitely find strength in the Lord, and you will be able to rebuild and get your lives back on track again. That's my prayer out to you. Hey y'all, I want you to go on over to my website, Jules by Levon. This is a great place to shop. You can stock up on holiday, birthday, anniversary, specialty gift items, as well as doing a bit of a shopping spree for yourself. If you're anything like me, you love to shop and purchase items that are just special for you and the ones you love. And my store is where you'll find them. I'm really excited to invite you to Jules by Levon. Make sure you come on over, tell others about us, and get those orders in for the holidays. Thanks everyone, and God bless. Happy shopping! Okay everyone, so I am back with a follow-up of my last video that I did with the shipping cargo crisis. And so if you haven't seen that video, make sure you check it out. I have the link in the description box. And so now we're doing a follow-up because we're closer to Christmas. We want to know what's happened since then. Of course, my aim for doing these videos for my personal curiosity, and I thought maybe others would be as curious as well. Now, in my last video, you'll know that I put in a clip from one of my favorite YouTube content creators, I Allegedly. And so he gave us some details and information. And I did some research, and what I did find out was that there were so many different stories as to why this crisis was and all of that, that it was just kind of hard to get a pinpoint on what was really the true reason these ships have been backed up the way they've been. And what I did also notice was that everything seemed to gear toward what would happen last year, you know, with the lockdown. So I concluded in that video that since I couldn't get a single reason, that there had to be definitely truth to all of the different reasons that I saw as to why this crisis has occurred. Now, I have done some recent research, and my aim is to update us so that we can be educated on what's going on and prepared. And what I find is that I don't think this crisis is going to be ending anytime soon. So we do need to continue with preparing our home and preparing our personal lives, with making sure we stay stocked up on things, and also being prepared not just for now and the holidays, but for next year and possibly the upcoming years. So today I'm going to go over some interesting facts that I thought you might, like. And then also I'm going to show you another clip with I Allegedly. He's going to update us on what's going on here in Long Beach, California. And I figure if it's going on here in Long Beach, it's going on throughout the nation as well as worldwide. Also, I'm really curious as to what you think. Comment down below and tell me how this is affecting you and your family, your loved ones, your home. Are you affected by this? Are you seeing empty shelves when you go into stores? What about your holiday shopping for your food or for your gifts and items for your family and loved ones, for your household? Are you able to easily find the items you're looking for, or do you have to do a little bit of shopping around, going from store to store? Has this crisis affected you personally? And if it has, please comment down below and also tell me what state you're in or country, just so we'll know, get an idea of how this is being affected worldwide. So now I'm going to share a bit of history and interesting fact about cargo ship containers. This grabbed my interest, and hopefully this may be of some interest to you too. According to an NPR article dated November the 16th, 2021, the unassuming shipping container is really nothing more than a big steel box with a couple of doors. At any given time, millions of containers are piled on ships plying the world's waterways. Battered by weather and waves, they are packed with just about anything you can imagine. Exotic fruits and vegetables, clothing and electronics, parts for cars and trucks. Globalization as we know it today would not have been possible without the container, says Mark Levinson, an economist, a historian, and the author of 2 books on shipping containers. These days, during the coronavirus pandemic, with the holidays fast approaching, jam-packed shipping containers have gotten stuck in traffic at ports, which is choking the economy. Delayed containers have become both a symptom of and a contributor to global supply chain problems. But if one looks back, cargo has generally moved more easily and cheaply now than it did before. These big boxes came around, making them almost indispensable to the global economy. Goods used to be loaded one by one. Before containers, shipping was prohibitively expensive because every piece of cargo had to be loaded on vessels separately. On a typical vessel in the 1950s, you might have 200,000 different items, and then each had to be taken out of the ship separately when the ship arrived in port, Levinson says. So it took a long time to load and unload a ship. There was a lot of cargo that was damaged. There was a lot of cargo that was lost or stolen. In 1956, an American entrepreneur named Malcolm McLean used the first modern container ship. He owned a trucking company and was looking for ways to avoid congestion on the highways. Now, McLean came up with the idea of taking the containers off the trucks and putting them on ships. His first ship was called the Ideal X. It was a tanker that had been built during World War II, Levinson says. The deck was essentially a frame into which the containers could be secured. That tanker carried just 58 containers. Containers went overseas a decade later, so we're talking about from 1956 to 66. Now, the first international container ship voyage was in 1966 between Newark, New Jersey and Rotterdam in the Netherlands. That changed shipping dramatically. New trade routes formed, special cranes were invented for loading and unloading containers, and bigger vessels were built. Janet Porter, editorial board chair of Lloyd's List, which is a London-based maritime information service. Now, she remembers in 1996 seeing what was then the world's largest container ship. It could carry 6,000 containers. It was seen as absolutely huge. The biggest ships are about 24,000 now. Wow. So it went from then 6,000 just in 1996, and now today 24,000. Now the boxes have additional uses. Now containers are used for more than just shipping. They are transformed into many parts of the world, into makeshift schools, restaurants, clinics, and prisons. Architects in wealthier countries are turning them into high-end modular homes. California-based company Crate Modular For example, they use containers to make affordable multifamily apartments, temporary housing for people experiencing homelessness, for school buildings. So as we can see, these shipping containers have come a long way and they are quite needed in our economy. So now let's check out this video clip from I Allegedly. He's been doing his research, he's been on this, and so I enjoy watching the research that he's done, and I want to share that with you. Very important for us to keep updated on what's going on in this thing. It affects all of us. Also, the reason I like to watch his YouTube videos is because he always takes us on a walk at the beach. And in my opinion, every day should be a walk at the beach. So, okay, stay tuned, guys.
Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. This is I Allegedly. Today, we're going to do an update on the cargo ship debacle that is completely destroying our supply chain. Now, we've been told that this is all solved and that there is no problem and that everything's great with this, and I'm going to show you how it's not. I am on the Huntington Beach Pier today, and beautiful day, kind of overcast. People out surfing, out enjoying themselves. But one thing that's happening is the cargo ships are completely backed up. It is worse than it's ever been. Here's the first thing, is that we're told that there are just over 100 ships that are waiting to get into the LA harbor. Okay, that's not true, okay? Port of Los Angeles has 106 ships right now, plus there are a countless number of ships that are 150 miles out right now, so we don't have the exact number. And these are all backed up. People's businesses are absolutely getting destroyed right now because, let's face it, this is merchandise that has been sitting on these boats for months now. And we're told that the dock workers are working 24/7 to unload them, but that's not the case. We're being told that the truck drivers are not working fast enough, but that's not the case either. What's happening is there is such a supply problem with every aspect of this. The trailers that move merchandise, there's a shortage of that. The containers and unloading the containers, it's absolutely backed up right now for basically weeks right now. So I really and truly curious as to what these businesses are going to do when they get merchandise that they needed to sell months ago. Update, and the last time I did this, you guys are going to be shocked at how bad this is and how many boats are out here right now, because there's an absolute ton. Now from the pier, look at all the cargo ships you can see just from standing here. There are absolutely dozens of them. And these are all waiting for the Port of Los Angeles, backed up. Dozens and dozens of cargo ships filled to the gills. Look at that. Absolutely huge. But they're so close it looks like you could swim there. Now as you walk to the end of the pier, you cannot help but notice how close the cargo ships are. Right there, guys. There are dozens of these ships out here. Just last week, the Port of Los Angeles issued a statement saying that everything is on track to alleviate this mess. That is not happening. Gene Soroka, who is the manager of the Port of Los Angeles, has said that we got the number of ships down to 46. Well, I can count over 20 right now here, and I'm just in Huntington Beach. As I head north right now, you're going to see that this is a huge problem still, and again, businesses are being destroyed. Nobody seems to care. There really doesn't seem to be an answer for this. And we're going to go up north and take a look at this as we go from south, from Huntington Beach, towards Los Angeles. And again, so we know of 106 ships right now that are within an eye shot right now, but it looks like there could be another 50, 75, or even 100 ships out there. The average ship that has not been unloaded has been sitting in the water right now since October, not from their original port of exit, but sitting here waiting to get unloaded since October. Guys, it's December right now. So this is absolutely, crazy. Now I've moved up the coast. I am in a city called Sunset Beach. I'm right next to Bolsa Chica State Park. The wetlands are right behind me this way. And you can see there's more container ships out there now than there were before. It's much worse. A couple things I want to talk about. The LA Times is doing article after article after article about this. One of them says things have been cleaned up with the port congestion, depending on who you ask. Well, it's all about perception, guys. And the thing with the economy is, hey, things are not that good. They're not that bad. Don't worry about it. It's with my friend. It's ridiculous, guys. The perception that this problem has been solved is absolutely crazy. It's a mess, guys. We didn't have this problem a year ago. We have it now. So it's an absolute mess. I mean, I can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Guys, there's 20 ships out there right here that I can see right now. So it's an absolute mess. Gene Soroka was interviewed, and he said he wants to possibly bring the National Guard in to help with the unloading and removal of the empty containers. Now, the container ship companies were fined $100 a day if they left empty containers there. Okay, they said that cleaned up port congestion about 47%. It may have cleaned up the empty containers because people don't want to have the $100 per day fine, but this has not solved this problem, guys. This problem is getting worse. It's not getting better. Now, most people's interaction with the supply chain is when they order something from Amazon, eBay, getting shipped to their house. The problem with this is that this is absolutely destroying American business right now. It is absolutely destroying manufacturing. It is destroying holiday purchases. Think about this. There are things that are out there for springtime sales, Easter, whatever, okay? Sports, whatever, that will not make it here in time. I'm in Seal Beach, California now. Moved up the coast from Sunset Beach. And one thing that's very interesting is the Wall Street Journal said that it's all about perception. And right now there's only 30 ships off the coast right now because the other ships have to stay out further because of rough seas. Number one, that's completely made up. I'm going to show you that the seas are not rough, okay, which is ridiculous. It's not like we live in the, on the Cape or something like that. This is outrageous. So this is absolutely outrageous to talk about this as if we have rough seas out here. So I'm at the pier in Seal Beach right now. Let's walk out to the end of the pier and you guys can tell me if there's rough seas, but there's a ton of cargo ships out here. Now, as you get to the end of the pier, you can see all the cargo ships that are out there. There's over 40. Absolutely destroying the supply chain by not getting things delivered in a timely fashion. I'm in Long Beach, California now at the Veterans Memorial Pier, and here, again, closer to the port of Long Beach, closer to the port of LA, you've got dozens and dozens of ships out here that you can just see from the coast. Now, the Wall Street Journal did an article where they're talking about post-pandemic restocking and how businesses are going to have to restock merchandise after the holidays. Now, you've got retailers that are giving merchandise, but you also have manufacturers. You also have small mom and pop machine shops that have cargo out there right now that is absolutely just getting destroyed, okay? And the other thing is Wall Street Journal, great article from buy early to be patient. Things will get here eventually. Now, Christmas, guys, is on December 25th. What do you tell the kids? great article that I found also about how Amazon's not messing around with this. Amazon has rented its own ships. Home Depot's done it since June of 2021 that we know, and they are fed up with this. Now Costco's doing it, but they're also renting their own cargo planes. So they're flying merchandise here from Asia and not messing with this. So you're going to see this more and more and more in the near future, where these companies take matters into their own hands. Remember, when I was at the Wedge about 2 months ago, I ran into a guy that works the CFO for an electronics firm. They said, Dan, we ship everything in. Once this happened at the beginning of the year, we ship everything in, and via planes. And we tell the customers, hey, your load's going to cost $80 more. You can have it next week, or you can wait till God knows when. And again, this is the exact example of God knows when. And again, we don't make anything here. Nothing is manufactured here in the United States. We rely on all these other countries right now, and this is the debacle. But why is this happening all around the world? Why is this happening in every port? Are the truck drivers lazy? Are the union workers lazy? Okay, I know the answer is no to all this stuff, but this is a much bigger problem, and this has been totally manufactured up until this point. Hey, handsome. I've lived here my entire life and never seen dolphins in this close to the shore. That's literally 25, 30 feet from the shore. That's crazy. Now I'm in the Port of Los Angeles, and I'm right by the Maritime Museum. It's really nice. You can see loading the container ships. One thing that's really cool out here is they've got this big swing you can sit on, and I guess you can watch. Look at all the loading of the ports, all the cargo ships getting unloaded. Now, people that ask me is, why don't they go to a different port? Why don't they go from California to Texas or Florida? And very simply, it's very simple. When you ship something, you have a point of origin and a destination. You just can't change that for customs. So that's very difficult to do. Plus, the other thing is that now you're starting to see that there are people that are living on these ships that have lived out there for months. And again, they've spent 21 days or so getting here from their original destination, and now they're sitting out there month after month after month. So it's been big business to have these people have cargo ships and tugboats go out there and bring people supplies out there. So you're seeing that. But this is absolutely fascinating watching this. You're seeing the trucks come in, you're seeing them take the cargo containers and take off with them. But there is a tremendous amount of cargo containers out here that are absolutely empty. There's thousands and thousands of them. But this thing, supposedly it's working 24/7 right now, and we're supposed to get caught up. So that being said, we're seeing that the cruise ships are back here right now, and we will see if this gets solved. I personally don't think it's getting solved anytime soon. So here's a great dock to show you just the massive scope of how big these container ships are. You've got trucks pulling in, trucks pulling out, absolutely incredibly massive. Look at just the size of these. That is absolutely amazing. It really is. See, when you're here and you see the trucks moving, it looks like everything's moving like it's just going 24/7. Why is there the backlog? Why is that? I love articles like this. Business Insider said that the port congestion problem and inflation are about to end. and that manufacturers are not meeting the consumer demand, and that the congestion has been solved. I found a great article out of Business Insider also where they showed an aerial picture of what the port looked like. But this problem's been solved, guys, according to Business Insider, and then inflation's about to go away. So you can read the article yourself, but I'm really curious as to what they're talking about when they see things like this. And again, it's packed, it's busy, but it's not resolved. You saw the ships sitting out there, guys. This is an absolute mess, and it's not getting better, okay? It's just not getting better. Now, you can make the ships wait out 150 miles to where they don't show up on people's radar, they don't show up on the apps, and you know, the maritime traffic app that, you know, we've got, marine traffic, you know, that's a great fun thing to look at to see how bad things are. But to talk about how problem solved, I mean, again, I love the mixed messages that we get in the economy from everybody, where we're supposed to act like, don't look over here, it's all okay, when it's clearly not. The Vincent Thomas Bridge, absolutely beautiful. And then let me zoom in on this. Look at all the empty containers, and look at those cargo ships just waiting to get unloaded. Just absolutely hundreds and hundreds of more containers. Literally thousands of containers on our ship like this getting unloaded, and with everything that you've seen previously in this video, there's so many, you know, ships out there that are backed up. This will take weeks and months to fix. Gas is at an all-time high, food is at an all-time high, energy costs, everything is at an all-time high. But we're looking at a major problem that has not been resolved.
So you heard it from him. We see things have not only changed, but gotten worse. And yes, as I mentioned, I'm not sure how this crisis will get resolved. We do know that the government has put in place measures, and we're hopeful. But in my opinion, the situation appears to be totally overwhelming. So let's pray for our leaders, for those who are, you know, making these pertinent decisions and running the heads of these departments at these shipping container companies, those who are affected, and, you know, these companies that are affected by everyone. Let's pray for them, and let's hope that they are making decisions that are being led by God, and that they're not being led by ignorance or by arrogance or any other type of sinister agenda. Let's pray for our leaders. And that's always my prayer for them anyway, that, you know, they can make good decisions because they're making decisions that affect everyone. So that's all I have for today. I hope I shared some interesting details, and I hope I did some good follow-up for you. Again, comment down below. Tell me what you think. And yeah, thanks for stopping by, and happy holidays. God bless.